Hi guys, I'm Aden. Today we talk about chapter 12, language and style. This chapter, the most important point of this chapter is the word choice. Be careful to use your word choice and language in your speech, because when we speak, we need to speak to different kinds of the people. We need to use the word with respect to make them feel comfortable and uh, and we need to use the word to make the easy word to make them easy to understand in our speech. The first of this chapter is to choose your word carefully. Um, because same as I said before, we need to face different kinds of people. We need to choose the word carefully. One example is when we talk to our friends, we can speak freely, use freely language. But when we speak to our professor or some eldest people, we need to use some respect word. We cannot like talk to them same as our friends. Like such as one another example is we cannot use the like a WhatsApp and you to our professor and some else people, and of course we cannot use the N word to our African Americans friends. The second important point is the difference between oral language and writing language. In the book, it say the oral language is more adaptive than the writing language. Another is the oral language is tend to be less formal than the writing language. The third is the oral language is incorporated repetition than the writing language. Like we can repeat to our points to make the audience memorize our main idea. The third point is the connotative and a denotative. The denotative meaning is one of the example is fire. We know the fire meaning, but when we put to the some sentence will be different. Like you are on fire, like like your body is burning, you're on fire. Another is you are fire. It means you lost your job. Yeah, that fire, same word but different meaning. Another is a connotative meaning. Connotative, one of the examples is bold. Like we put a sentence like the bone is bold. Yeah, everyone understanding the bone is bold. Another, when we put to the sentence like the stock price is bold. It means the stock like is bold, like the like rocket to raise their price. Same as a Tesla, like the $300 would now rise to almost $900. Like that is bold. The four percent the fourth point is presenting your message clearly, like to make them easy to understanding. One of the example like a MTV, like you see many words they choose the first capital letters and they combine it to make a word, like MTV 5G. MTV mean music television, 5G means the fifth generation telecoms network. Cons and when we use some word, we need to be specific. Like same as car. There are plenty of different car, like a different model, different color. We need to be specific in our speech. such as the great Tesla Model 3. And the other word is the other word is we need to be careful use some word like literally, affect, probably, those mispronounced word. Yeah, we need to be careful about that. And we don't use some words like some fancy word, big word, difficult word in our speech. We better don't use them because it will make audience confused. We better use some like a easy word to make them understanding. Another important point is expressing your idea exactly. Like one is to repetition, to repeat your idea. The second is the hypothetical example, to make the speaker focus the audience attention, like to make them grab their attention. The third is the personal anecdote. That's a very important point. When we use the personal anecdote, the audience will feel interesting and like to make you more credibility in your point. Another is some language like the VV language and figurative language. Those languages to grab attention to our audience. Yeah, it's very important to grab our audience attention because we don't want to make our audience boring and then they cannot observe your point, they cannot get your point. Another I think is very important is to choose respectful and unbiased language. Yeah, because we don't want to make some people to feel not respectful and make them feel uncomfortable in the speech. We need to be careful about that. Another point is some kind of sensitive about ethnic group. We need to use some word like to show your respect. Some like we use the African American to us. We don't use the like a black people. We can use some Africans American to show your respect. Another is be careful to use some word to to relate it to make people to feel uncomfortable, same as gender, religion, sexuality, and ethnic, and some different race. About this chapter, I feel confused about the connotative, because different words they have a different meaning that kind of confusing. Another is the application of life. That points I understand is to respect all of your audience, to make them feel comfortable and understand your speech. Now is the question session. The first question is how do we choose word carefully? The second question is why does the language and word choice so important? The third is what is the difference between oral and writing language? Thank you guys.